Bitcoin is breaking out exactly like predicted, and in this exact video I will talk about my price targets. I will talk about the most important resistance we just broke above of, so I will be talking about my game plan, all the things that are currently happening in the background right now here, because this could be the reason why Bitcoin is pumping towards the upside right now. So make sure to watch this video till the end. I will be exactly discuss my game plan and many more things here. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap up that like button back above 400, and with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the imminent short term for Bitcoin, because right now on the imminent short term, after first yesterday having an unsuccessful try here, right now we tried it again and Bitcoin significantly broke above this level and right now continued all the way up to 36,000 US dollars before getting a small little rejection, and right now is hanging somewhere around 35.3k. So Bitcoin has seen another massive run towards the upside. It has been breaking above this very critical level of resistance, exactly like I talked about in my videos again here. I said it on my videos, once we break this level, I think we're gonna have big volatility, and that is exactly what happened towards the upside. And my price targets I've talked about once we break this level was indeed 36.5k, and also 36.5k was the price target of the breakout of this symmetrical triangle I talked about yesterday. That exactly perfectly broke out on the points Bitcoin broke the downward sloping resistance line. So Bitcoin broke outside of this pattern, moved towards the upside, and currently was missing out on approximately $400 slash 1% of reaching our breakout target. But however, since the start of the breakout, we already catched an approximately 4% move towards the upside. So do I still think the price target is going to get reached? I'm gonna talk about it today. So Bitcoin broke outside of this pattern. So far the continuation looked quite strong here. However, on the 4-hourly time frame, there are some signs of worry, because right now on the 4-hourly time frame, we're creating a lower high on the RSI. The price action is creating a higher high, so we are in fact right now creating a bearish divergence, and this potentially could mean that we're losing some momentum on this move towards the upside. So potentially this could be the end of the rally towards the upside if we're looking purely at momentum, because yes, previously around we still managed to create higher highs on that momentum chart. So that is definitely a thing I'm currently worried about. However, I mean, on the 12-hour time frame as well, we're having the exact same lower high on the 12-hour time frame on the RSI, higher high in the price action. So Bitcoin is indeed losing some momentum. Doesn't necessarily has to be crashing or coming down right now. No, not necessarily. And if it comes down, I'm not saying it's going to come down to $30,000, but I do think it potentially could be retesting this 34,800 level that is previously around, provided significant support. So I am definitely expecting that could be happening. And of course, if we do move towards the upside, 36.5k could be for me a target to potentially open up a small short position. However, I want to be very careful with shorting Bitcoin, because the reason why it's currently moving up here is probably due to two reasons. Michael Saylor yesterday bought another 155 Bitcoin for an approximately 5.5 million, if I'm correct. And also what yesterday happened is that the Bitcoin spot ETF for Investico and Galaxy also got a ticker on the DTCC, what also right now means that we're making more and more steps towards that final approval for the Bitcoin spot ETF. So people are getting more and more sure that the Bitcoin spot ETF is actually going to come here. And I mean, I posted this on the on October the 30th, so that's approximately 4 days ago here. So right now we are quite sure that in the coming 68 days from now on, the first Bitcoin spot ETF is going to get launched. So as time continues, the market is going to be pricing it in, and as time continues, it's more likely it's actually going to be happening. Every day that passes, the odds are actually increasing. So that is why the market is also so booming, and that is why the market is also willing to creep up even more from now on, because the market is literally pricing in a little bit the change of demand of the Bitcoin spot ETF. Because from the point that the Bitcoin spot ETF is going to get accepted, it usually takes only 5 days before it's live on the market, and that could definitely create like a massive supply shock on the market. So that is why the market is already moving up right now here. So I'm honestly won't be surprised that we're going to continue to be moving upwards for the coming 2 months here, because yes, in approximately within 2 months here, the Bitcoin spot ETF is going to get accepted, and probably towards that end date, we're going to see more and more hype entering the Bitcoin price action. So in terms of Bitcoin, can it still go up? Yes, definitely. And it probably could even go much higher than everyone is expecting. And honestly, what is very fascinating right now here is that if you're looking at the volume on Bitcoin on that weekly time frame on the BLX chart, so let me go to the BLX chart of Bitcoin, let me enable the volume. You can see actually right now that Bitcoin, its volume, especially on the weekly time frame, is not necessarily so high, but we are currently clearly seeing that the Bitcoin price action is actually moving up exponentially, what literally means that the sell volume is literally running out, since, yeah, otherwise the buy volume would have spiked even more. So less and less people are actually willing to sell Bitcoin. We can see this also on on-chain data, and this is the main reason why Bitcoin is moving upwards. And literally, if let's say no one is selling Bitcoin and there are only coming buys in, Bitcoin can increase very rapidly. So people are not willing to sell their Bitcoin for $35,000, and actually the majority of the resistance, where the majority of the seller orders are laying, we can clearly see it also on on-chain data, and we can see it from the weekly time frame as well, is 36.5k. And so far we have not touched it. We were very close by hitting this level. I do personally think this level is going to be on the short term provide some resistance, so I'm gonna set up this level 36.5k on this 1 hour chart as well, guys. So I'm gonna be looking to potentially open up a small little short position right here, and I'm gonna keep you guys up to date here. I'm gonna show you also in tomorrow's video about all my orders that I've set up here, but I'm gonna be opening up a small short position here. I'm gonna share it in my Telegram, on my Twitter page as well, with a very tight stop loss here to potentially catch a small little move here. Because if Bitcoin really were to be retesting 36.5k, I honestly do think it could be providing some resistance on the short term. However, I do really expect on the long term we're probably going to be breaking above it, and that is why I'm using a very tight stop loss, because Bitcoin could also just crash through it. So if you're going to trade it, make sure to use a stop loss. And more importantly, if you're going to be trading, guys, go to the link description of today's video here, because on today's video you can actually claim an insane deposit bonus worth $30,000 to $40,000 if you right now sign up an account using that highest link in the description. So check it out if you're interested in trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But anyways, I mean, if you're actually looking at the 3-day time frame for Bitcoin, you can clearly see that this was previously around the big support here before Bitcoin had that massive dump towards the downside, and we're literally retesting that level. I mean, yes, for us as well, we are right now having a massive level of support below us. So if Bitcoin really were to be getting rejected and move down here, and currently actually it looks quite odd that it is really not going to be happening, but if Bitcoin moves down here, I mean, probably a lot of people will be panicking, but that will actually be a gigantic opportunity for everyone in the market to actually open up some significant trades. And I mean, you have to understand the trend is really shifting in the market right now here. Bitcoin is shifting its trend from a bear market to a bull market right now. I mean, literally we're breaking above the most important resistance from the previous bull run, the most important support, I should say, from the previous bull run, and the most significant resistance from the previous bear market. Also, if we're looking at the Bitcoin overbought weekly cycle, we're literally entering overbought conditions, and that is not necessarily a bad thing, because historically speaking, once Bitcoin goes overbought, we tend to see significant price rallies for Bitcoin. So I mean, yeah, right now as well, Bitcoin is once again moving upwards very, very quickly. This is the Bitcoin price against the US Treasury bonds. Bitcoin is about to hit a new all-time high against US Treasuries, since US Treasuries are literally dumping like crazy right now here. Usually that is the safe haven for legendary investors, but currently it's literally losing, and also losing against Bitcoin, since Bitcoin is performing so well here. So just quickly wanted to be pointing this out here. But anyways, for Bitcoin, we could be at the beginning of this massive cup and handle breakout, just like we were in the beginning of 2021. And also, guys, I mean, I see some altcoins pumping left and right here, but you have to understand the main focus should be on Bitcoin. I mean, if you're going to be trading these altcoins, definitely a very good time to be doing so, but you can clearly see the Bitcoin dominance is still rising. Personally, I will be really going back into altcoins once Bitcoin is going to be breaking its all-time high, because that is historically speaking the point where the Bitcoin dominance starts to be dropping exponentially, and that is just also the point where the risk on investing in altcoins is definitely the lowest. So that is what I'm going to be looking at. I mean, honestly, November is historically speaking also a very good month for Bitcoin, so let's see how it's going to be playing out. But thank you so much for watching. I do hope you learned something from this video. If you did so, make sure to share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.